All right. So I'm just making this Facebook Live because I want to vent a little. I thought I'd do it in this group. I've really been trying to build this group because I think we're up to 115 people, and I'm really glad to see that many people in this group. I would like to see more engagement. Definitely want to see if anybody's trying to do the agency or if you're trying to learn marketing for your small business. I want to know. I want to hear about it. I want to offer my assistance. So please engage, guys. Also, don't be afraid to refer the group to any other business owner or anybody who else needs help with digital marketing. I know I push ClickFunnels a lot, but just pre-warn them. I'm an affiliate with ClickFunnels. What? I love the stuff. I use it. It works. All right, so I'm going to vent today. So I just want to complain about um, the internet, social media. Um, so I wrote this really long post yesterday, and I was all proud of it, and I posted it basically from a marketing agency perspective, right? See, because one of the biggest hurdles that I have, and this is something that you're always going to have bottlenecks, right? So you have to fix those bottlenecks. There's always you're going to be along the way and you get stuck on something. You got to fix that thing that you're stuck on. One of my biggest things that I got stuck on was when I was generating clients. I was trying to push leads on everybody, right? And leads are great for like realtors, or mortgage brokers. They want leads, or even people that get paid for leads. They want leads. Leads are not good for every business. In fact, the majority of businesses, leads are they don't care. They're like, what? No, I want paying customers. Like, oh, if I go tell a lawyer I'm going to get you tons of leads, they kind of like it. They're like, yeah, okay, but I'd rather have a retainer. Can I have how many retainers can you get me this month? So anyways, I posted it in like 3 different groups yesterday. And like so many guys just didn't even read the post. And they were calling me out. Like one guy even went to my website, took a screenshot of my website, because I talk about how I do qualified lead generation. It's one of the features that I offer for clients. He took a screenshot of my page and tried to call me out. And I'm like, yeah, leads are important, man. I'm not saying that they aren't. What's your point? And he's like, you're trying to give advice and you're preaching to everybody about. And I'm just like, freaking Facebook, social media. If anyone else feels this frustration, let me know, because I don't want to be, I'm sure I'm not alone on this. Mm. All right. But after my venting, I kind of do want to also talk about cold emails, right? Because a lot of people don't have ads budgets, myself included. I used to have an ads budget, but I buried myself in quicksand. I'm not going to get into all of that. So I had to kill the ads budget. So now when I acquire clients, I have to do it the old-fashioned way. I have to do it by foot. A lot of door-to-door marketing and cold calls, which I don't mind. Rejection sucks. And I'm sorry, but cold calls is the #1 way to get rejected the most. So if you can't take rejection, oh man, you have to have an ads budget. Because at least with an ads budget with like Facebook ads, you can put your ad in front of people that actually want your product, and they don't call unless they want it. So your rejection, it shrinks, right? But going door to door and doing the cold emails, the cold calls, you get rejected on a regular basis. So for those of you that are doing agencies in this group, I just want to give a little piece of advice. If you want to shrink that rejection ratio on those cold emails, because I do it, I'll do a lot of research on a niche, and like out of 100 emails you send, I'll get like 1 response, and that's just so god awful. It makes me sad, that you put all that work in, and then you look at all these ones that you're like, I could so help this person, right? Well, I figured out a way to fix it in those cold emails. Basically, all you have to do is talk to them like you're talking to your mom. It sounds ridiculous, but like you're trying to convince your mom to do digital marketing. First of all, you don't end up in the spam folders of the email. If they are using spam blockers, it's not going to get blocked. Try to avoid using words like marketing and sales and anything that's spammy, right? Like act now, just talk normal. Talk like you would to your mom. So I've been doing that the past couple of days because I've been reaching out to some plastic surgeons, trying to hit some high ticket accounts. And so the response rate is very bad, right? It's always low. It's always low. But I'm constantly, I don't send them out 100 at a time, because a lot of those scrapers, they'll do that. And I'm like, no, because I want to fix those bottlenecks. You see what I'm talking about? Like I mentioned at the beginning, I want to fix those bottlenecks. So if I know the email is not working, that's my test. I'm learning from it. So I'll send out like 10 emails. If I don't get a response, I change my email, right? Do 10 more emails, boom, change it with a new response. So I've been doing that. And yeah, no, today and yesterday and a little bit on Friday too. I think I sent out a total between those 3 days, probably about 30 emails. And out of those 30 emails, I got about 4 or 5 email responses. And that's a hell of a lot better than the old way of sending out 100 cold emails and yeah, I'm only getting one. And I'm not going to show you the email, but I don't mind reading it to you. I don't know, should I? Just going to kind of give you an example. I'll read it, because what I do in my emails is I pinpoint a problem on their website, and there's always problems. I pinpoint a problem with their marketing. There's always problems. No one's ever perfect. It's just the way that it is. So I find something with them that they're doing wrong, and I find competitors that are doing it right, and then I match them up, right? So I say, hello, name. My name is Jason Ulibarri. I run a DM agency. Notice how I said DM agency. I did not say digital marketing. This is something that I learned, because if you say digital marketing or SEO or Facebook ads, you get put in spam folders. I'm figuring this out. So I say I run a DM agency, digital marketing, right? And which also can trigger, so it's like 2 wins, because it could trigger curiosity, and they'll ask, what's a DM agency? So that's another reason why they want to respond. But anyways, my name is Jason Ulibarri. I run a DM agency called Virtuous Industries LLC here in Arizona. I just wanted to show you something that I know you would want to see. This little thing causing some issues with your online presence. Again, no spammy words. You see what I'm saying? I didn't say with your website's performance, with your rankings in Google. Okay, spam blockers look for that, those key phrases. So I said this little thing is causing some issues with your online presence. Basically, the attached screenshots indicate the backlink, and I hyphenated backlink so it didn't, because if you trying to outthink all of the spam blockers. Hyphenated backlink, so that way it doesn't seem like it's 1 word, it's 2 words. Basically, the attached screenshots indicate the backlink counts for your site. And I didn't say website, I said site, compared to a couple competitors in the Valley. And that's another thing too. I've also mentioned this to somebody I was coaching the other day. I was just offering some advice, and get your local city. If you are an agency and you're trying to help people, do your local city, because you know the vernacular of your local city and your local town, right? You know how they talk. Like, I live in Arizona, and I know that nobody refers to Phoenix as Phoenix unless you're not from Phoenix. It's just, I know that for a fact. Everyone refers to it as the Valley. It's just one of it's those lingo things, right? Being a part of the town, the culture, you know that. So that's a helpful tip to anybody. So these backlink counts for your site compared to other couple competitors in the Valley. These help qualify or disqualify you. These help qualify or disqualify if you are relevant in a search. Didn't say search engines, just said search. And this is testing. This is what happens. This is where I've become. I got down to an email that's almost vague. Don't be vague. I mean, figure out a way that you're getting your point across without actually doing it, and keep it short too. These long emails that people send out, like I had this guy 6 months ago. I was trying to help him with email marketing, and I said, well, let me see your cold email, send it to me. And the thing was a freaking novel. I'm like, who on earth is going to read that, man? You got to think about that stuff. So anyways, where was I? All right. So these help qualify or disqualify if you are relevant in a search. And then I show the competitor's name, and I don't use their website. I use the name. And I say that they have 7,000 or 71,994 connected to their platform. Again, notice how I'm not using the word website connected to their platform. Innovative Cosmetic has 56,425 connected to theirs. I'm keeping it vague, but I'm still getting the point across. It's not spam, right? And then I say, however, then I say the name of their business only has 91. And then I attach screenshots, and I tell them screenshots attached. With a lower count than your competitors, it's likely that they will always beat your practice in the search engines and map sections. So let me kind of show you something else, because if anybody is doing the marketing, I like to do this too. I go to canva.com and I build these. This is helpful tips to anybody. I like to go to Canva and make a thumbnail, same as I would for my YouTube channel. And I don't even know if that's coming up. Can you see that, or is it because I know I'm sharing my screen? But anyways, I make a thumbnail that is customized to each email that I send out. All I have to do on Canva, because I have a template, I just change the name of the agency. It takes 2 seconds. And putting that custom thumbnail on the email, like I copy and paste it into the body of the email, when they're reading it, they're like, oh, wow. But I don't actually make the video until they respond. So once they respond, then I get on and I record a video. It's custom to them, and I do an audit report and all that stuff. Then I go through my onboarding process, or my sales process, not the onboarding process. I go through my sales process. So that's pretty much everything that I have to say about for agencies for online marketing. It's a pain in the butt getting rejected, and it really deflates you. I gotta tell you. Some days, like at the end of the day, you're just like, you're so beaten down. And then when you have to wake up in the morning, it's just like, I don't even want to get up. I just want to lay in bed. I don't want to face the world. It's too difficult. Sorry, I'm not trying to sound depressing or anything like that, but it seriously is tough. So, that was one of the other things too. I wanted to talk about the book that comes with the OFA challenge. I know we have one person in this group that's going through the OFA challenge right now. But I highly recommend anybody else take it. It's great. It teaches you stuff like I'm teaching you now, but it's just jam-packed with knowledge. Anyway, the book is, I have this ritual every day now where I read that book. I don't care how many times I've read the book. I'm going to keep reading it, because there's 30 different stories of how these seven-figure companies, the seven-figure entrepreneurs and business owners, what they would do if they had no money and nothing to start from, and how they would build a business. So every day when I read this book, it actually motivates me, right? Like it pumps me up every single day to get going and face the world. But more importantly, you start to see similarities, right? Because there's 30 different stories of these success stories of these people who are crushing it with entrepreneurialism. And you start to see the similarity. Oh, I can't talk. I swear I'm not drinking, just water. The similarities of all of these different stories. Like for one, every single one of them mentions that you have to get your mind right every morning. That was exactly why I was like, I got to read this every morning to remind myself to have a good mind. So I've tried meditating a couple times. It's really hard to clear my mind, especially when I've got so many clients to help, so many logs on the fire. But yeah, get your mind right. If you're an entrepreneur, get your mind right. It's one of the most important things. Let me know if there's any topics, if you want my kind of my insight. I don't claim to be a professional on anything, but I definitely don't mind sharing my mistakes with everyone. If I can help you avoid some landmines, believe me, I want to help you. That's the whole reason I'm doing this, because I stepped on so many of those landmines. So if you have any ideas for videos or any topics that you want me to discuss, and you just want my point of view on it, hit me up, let me know. Like or subscribe to my YouTube channel, comment, let me know. Also, start referring some friends into this group. We need to make it bigger. Just kidding, but not really. All right, guys. I'm tired. It's about 8 o'clock my time, and it is time for me to start unwinding and get some sleep. So until next time.